Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter from France. So, I guess by now you've seen the title of this podcast. Yes, I came back to give you a little bit of explanation. So, if you've been following me on my various accounts, i.e., YouTube, especially Instagram, you know that I've decided in 2020 to go a little bit deep on modular synthesis. So I started to work on a project, and unfortunately for me, one worked for 2 minutes, something like that, and then I had some setbacks since then. And to tell you the truth, I need another soldering tip. And the silly thing is, I'm so broke right now that I can only put my attention and my money into food. That's all I can say. So basically, it's kind of stopped the whole process so far of me doing my own project to go into modular synthesis. There's one thing I've not said beforehand, but I'm going to say it today. In April 2019, I've actually managed to lay my hand on a Behringer Neutron. So I have in my studio a Behringer Neutron. And I've been kind of playing with it, but not too much. So far, I have to say, and again, if you've been following my Instagram, what I'm gonna say, you know it already, and my podcast as well, you know it already. What I've done is that I was working on number 7 up till something like November 2019. And since the beginning of this year, well, I had a dry spell, that's all I can say. And then since the beginning of this year, I wanted to finish it, but I started like 3 different tracks, but it never went too well. It was sounding wrong, even though I've worked on another track, and it's kind of almost there, but there's something missing, and my head is not on it because I've got so many things to worry about that I'm getting lost into translation. That's all I can say. So basically what happened is that on number 7, when I actually will release it, and I have no idea when I'm gonna release number 7. I don't know how many tracks gonna be on this album, because right now something very weird is happening with me since I would say December 2019, and it keeps on carry on. So what I wanted to say, I know that on number 7 there are some sounds on my various tracks. Actually, I've managed to actually come up with 9 tracks already on number 7, and some of them do include the Behringer Neutron. So why am I doing this podcast? Because I was dead on at the end of this year. At the end of 2019, I was dead on doing my own project because I didn't have any money, and to me, when I looked at the prices and what I wanted to do, it seems to me much more cheaper to actually go into trying to build my own modules, to actually work with those modules, and hopefully record some things into my music, use those modules to actually add some sounds, to do some sound engineering and add some sounds onto my music. But something kind of just behind my head, just like told me, just stop. It's not that good. There's something. It's not nice. And then I realized earlier this year in January, after NAMM, in NAMM. Around NAMM, I think it was just before NAMM, I can't remember. Yes, Behringer announced the System 100, which is somehow a copy of a Roland System 100, and I heard the sounds and it just clicked with me. And then when I realized how much the modules were going to be, I said to myself, maybe doing my own modules is not such a good idea anymore, because actually there are sounds that I like, that I would like to add to my music and play with. So and I thought, well, maybe it's not maybe I'm gonna like give up the whole thing. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So right now I'm in a bit of limbo, knowing also there's one piece of equipment that I would like to lay my hand on, is the Behringer Crave. I like the sounds. I need those sounds. That's all I can say. I need those sounds. And it's the same with Roland System 100. I need those sounds. So I don't know how I'm gonna manage it. To tell you the truth, for the Behringer Crave, I'm only waiting for someone to actually sell it on Amazon. And no, I'm not paid to say Amazon or whatever, Behringer, whatever. So I can actually buy it, because I've got a way of buying it without spending my own money. So I've got coupons and everything lying around. So I'm actually waiting for someone to actually sell it on Amazon, so I can grab a Behringer Crave. It takes a little bit of a time, that's what I can say. And talking about a bit of a time, I wanted to know how long it would take to actually have a system 100 out and ready for purchase for the would-be purchaser, I would say. And I kind of thinking, when I actually made a little bit of investigation on the net to see when the Behringer Crave would be out and everything, I realized that it's been more than, to me, it was been more than 9 months, almost a year, that people were actually talking about it. I didn't know about it, and now it's kind of like available with some suppliers, some shops. So shops. So I don't know. Well, I'm living in Europe. The only place where I can actually find it like direct right now, it's a place called thomann.de in Germany. But as I said to you, I'm waiting to actually have a seller on Amazon, if not Amazon itself, to actually make the purchase for a Behringer Crave. And the thing that what is interesting to me with System 100, the Behringer System 100, is that you can buy the module separately, and the price, well, the top price is going to be 99 euros. So even if I don't have much money in my hand, I know that I will be able to get some units and actually be able to work with those units. So I'm waiting. So I guess for the System 100 you have to wait maybe another year, maybe. And also I think it was the System 50, but I don't like the sound, so yeah, I'm not interested. And there was another one that I was really interested in working with, was the Behringer Model D. I really like it, which is a copy of one Moog. I can't remember which one anymore, 32, I think, I'm not sure. So yeah, the Behringer Model D, it is the one I wanted after the Neutron, just before I discovered that Behringer was actually releasing that Behringer Crave, and I heard the sound of the Behringer, and I was like, the last time it happened to me was with the Uno synth that I had for a few minutes. I bought it from Amazon, and I actually returned it because it was faulty. And then I really like those sounds, but yeah, it wasn't. It was faulty, and I said to myself, I'm better off actually buying the Behringer Neutron, the thing I did. So the only reason why I've got the Neutron is because when I worked out the prices and everything, apart from the fact that I really like the sound, because I was on YouTube trying to understand how the thing was working, and I said to myself, it's gonna be like I'm starting the modular synthesis, and it will allow me to understand how the whole thing works. So that's the reason why I went for the Neutron, the Behringer Neutron. So saying that, yeah, I wanted to do something which is not that complicated. The thing is, I really enjoy building things. I realize that working on this project, even if it don't work, I'm very peaceful when I'm actually working on it. And it's the same thing with the Behringer neutron, when I'm actually turning the knobs, I'm very it's to me it's a type of meditation, so I'm very much into it. So I don't know what my music in the future is going to be like, because at one point I'm saying I understand if you understand what I'm saying. One point I'm saying I'm just introducing those sound into my recordings. On the other side, I'm thinking I'm going to go deep into modular synthesis, because the sound engineering part is interesting me very much, and the generating the way of generating sound, randomly generating sound, just like, is interesting me also very much. So I'm not too sure why from now on what is gonna happen, knowing that I've got a lot on my mind right now, and I need to actually put the worries aside so I can make some music. So now I'm getting better, starting with February. As I said before on my last recording, just reading that book called the Artist's Way just helped me a little bit to unblock myself, that's what I can say. And then last night I did something. So if you remember, just before around I think it was around September, October, I can't remember when I first started to do that. I've introduced you to the Bees Modular Jam Session. What I did last night is that after several months, I came back to the Behringer neutron and decided to do a session, because I've introduced a few bits and pieces in my home studio, and I wanted to know how it would work together, and I wanted to see if I could actually record me on video, me playing with the neutron and everything, and the RTR beat step. And I didn't know, and every time I was saying, well, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and then last night I said to myself, that's it, and there was nothing really interesting on Netflix, so I decided to actually do a session, which is kind of interesting, and I'm thinking, following what I did before, because so far there is 2 Bees Modular Jam Session. I'm thinking of like doing the session, and so you can see actually how I'm making progress on the modular synthesis front. That's all I can say. So I think after that video, there's gonna be a video that is gonna be called Bees Modular Jam Session number 3, and it was just me playing around with the Behringer neutron, and I actually managed to actually generate some sound that I've never heard before. So I've watched a lot of YouTube video before buying that Behringer neutron, and I never heard those type of sound. So last night I've recorded it. I managed to record everything on video, so my test was a good test. Yeah, it was successful. So you will be able to see that that video. I think it's not gonna be this weekend, but probably during the week I'm gonna post that video. If not this weekend, because I'm thinking maybe I would be better off posting that video this weekend. Even though I'm a very resourceful lady, so whatever happens, yeah, okay. It's all about being broke, when you're not too sure if you're gonna get an internet connection next week. So you need to actually, found a strategy. That's all I can say. So that's how and where I am with my modular synthesis endeavor. No, I haven't stopped. I'm a bit like, I would say a word in French, but I'm not too sure if it's an English word. Perplex. Okay, I'm a bit like, I don't know what to do much. I don't know what to do next, and it's not that I don't want to do anything. Just that there's a feeling, the flow is there without being there, and I actually can't really manage to tap on it, even though last night I think I was on it. So I need to know. I need to to get my mojo back. That's all I can say. So I can carry on with the music thing. So that was it. So as you may have understood, understood. I think it is. I'm a bit of a Behringer fan. I'm not a last minute fan. I've been using Behringer product over the first time I bought some Behringer product, it was well over 25 years ago, I think. So it's not my first time with Behringer product, but I have to say that I'm among those people who are just amazed by what they are doing right now with their products, what they are releasing. And somehow I should say thank you that the intellectual property of all those old modular synthesizers actually on the public domain. So this is the reason why Behringer can do all those products. And I have to say, it is going to benefit me because they are cheap to buy, cheap between quotes, but much easier. I mean, it's much easier to spend something like 100 or 200 euros than something like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 euros on something. I like Archeo products, but some of them are too expensive. They've got that new keyboard coming out that I'm very much interested, but 400 euros for a keyboard, no way, man. So the thing is, if I have the money, I will spend it, but if I haven't got the money, I don't see the need. My thing is not much about gear, but it's much about the equipment that I can hear the sound of, and that I'm getting inspired. I know that I need to actually add them into my home recording studio so I can make something out of it. So that's what it is. So this is a long podcast. I thought it was going to be like a 5-minute thingy, and now I've been on for 17 minutes already, and so that's what it's gonna be. So I guess what I'm saying is that I tend to go into modular synthesis a bit more, and maybe in the next following months you're gonna see me do a little bit of foraging into the modular synthesizer world. That's all I can say. So thank you for listening to me as usual. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Thank you for listening to my music for some of you. Thank you for following me on YouTube. Thank you for following me on all social media platforms, because I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on Rumbl nowadays, and I do Rumbl a lot. And I'm on TikTok, but not so much on TikTok because I don't actually like that platform that much. That's all I can say. Yeah. Rumbl, the app Rumbl made me realize that. So I don't know. And Instagram and Facebook, you know what I think about them, so you know what. So thank you for listening. You've been listening to me. My name is Beatrice Marse. I am a singer-songwriter, and last December I've released an album called I Don't Know, and I still don't know. That's all I can say. So thank you, and you hear from me very soon. I know that. Bye.